Hola, hola. Hello. I'm going to give everybody a few seconds to start joining in. So great to see so many of you joining. Hola, hola, ¿cómo están? I am going to invite our friend today. Shortly while she joins us, I want to say welcome, bienvenidas, bienvenidos, bienvenidas to this very special live in partnership with Aguacates Love One today. Hola, Ana.
Hola, Ana.
Nice to see you. Nice to see
Nice to
you.
see
So
you
I was
too.
welcoming everybody right now to this very special Instagram Live that we're doing in partnership with Aguacates Love One today, where we're going to be exploring foods rooted in our culturas. Because if there's one thing you and I know about us, about our culture, about Latinos, Latinas, is that we know how to eat delicioso, riquísimo. So I want to invite everybody to drop in their aguacate emoji and let us know where you're joining us from in this aguacate fiesta that we're going to have right now. I am Ana Flores. I am the founder of We All Grow Latina, where we love to grow in amigahood. And through this conversation today, we will explore traditional Latin American foods that nourish our bodies. I want to say that nourish our souls, and how to incorporate them more regularly into our daily diet. All of this and more is going to be coming straight from the lips of our friend Ana, who's a registered dietitian nutritionist who leads with cultural appreciation, bringing some of our favorite traditional dishes into the conversation. So nutrition is something we consider as important, like I said, in part of our lives and that of our communities. So we want to thank again our partners at Aguacates Love One today, um, that are here to help our amigas make better informed decisions about their nutrition. And again, today we'd love to have this a discussion with Ana, but also with all of you. So join in the comments. The We All Grow team is in the comments, and we will be reading everything as we have this really intentional discussion about meals rooted in our culture and the benefits of incorporating aguacates in them. So it's important that we speak with experts on this subject. And we are honored to speak with Ana Rios throughout this series. So now officially welcome, Ana.
Hola. I am so excited to be here with everyone today. I'm Ana Rios. I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist, and I want to thank We All Grow and Love One Aguacates Love One today for having me because I'm super excited to talk about how our culture can be nutritious and the nutrition of aguacates and how we can have delicious meals that are nutritious. So I'm super excited and thank you again for having me here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I know that from the beginning you were all in to having this conversation with us, and so were we. So as we know, like we all have really our favorite traditional dishes that we love to saborear, to savor with aguacates. Can you help us understand how we are actually benefiting our body by adding them? For example, I grew up in El Salvador, and in El Salvador in Central America. Listen, we have like an aguacate every day at least, and I think I've continued that tradition, that culture with my daughter. I just remember growing up and having my dish for dinner. It would always just include sliced aguacates, no matter what else was there, which was usually going to be plátanos or something else, right? But we always had that side of aguacate, and I continue doing that with my daughter. So, are we actually benefiting our body by adding aguacate?
Mm-hmm. Exacto. So aguacates are a good fat, also known as an unsaturated fat. And our body it needs fat. It needs the good fats to do everything that it does, especially to absorb certain vitamins. So, for
Mm,
example, I don't know if you've heard, but there's some vitamins called fat-soluble vitamins.
okay.
So, whenever we have like salads or vegetables, it's good to include a good fat because it helps absorb those vitamins like vitamin A, D, E, and K.
Mm,
When we add aguacates to our meals, not only are we having that good fat that our body needs, but we're also getting more of the other stuff, all the other vegetables in there.
Oh, I didn't know that. Did anybody know that? Can you please let us know in the comments? Is this an aha moment for you too?
So that's why people should not fear fats, especially good fats like aguacates. And, it's crazy to think because, tell us in the comments if you get enough fruit, because Ana, did you know that about 80% of Americans don't get enough fruit?
80%?
80.
That's a whole lot. Okay. I'm
Exactly.
not in that 80%, I hope. What is that considered?
Exactly. So I mean, aguacate would be a great way to add more fruit to our meals. And I love the examples that you gave with like plátanos and like frijoles and having aguacate at the side on your dinner, because in my culture, in Mexican cuisine, we also love aguacate. And the thing is that it pairs so well with our meals, like our cultural foods. Por ejemplo, we have my all-time favorite is enchiladas. Like, I love enchiladas, and it's crazy to think that some people, might not see that they're nutritious, but they are, because you have your protein, you have your carb, and then on top you can add your vegetables. Like my mom always adds tomate, lechuga, and of course aguacate for those good fats.
I'm
So
not. Oh no, you reminded me to say enchiladas. I'm not kidding. Last night I made a butternut squash for my soup for my daughter with a side of a quesadilla with aguacate. Like we put aguacate in all of our quesadillas, and then I didn't want to have cheese, so I just made my just tortilla con aguacate y sal. That was and that's
I'm getting hungry too. Right. I just saw that comment.
So what about like our Latin American dishes that we all love, but some people consider unhealthy because of all the carbs and all of these fats, and I'm using quotes, right, the fats that they have. But can you talk with us more about how some of these dishes that usually have aguacate are actually helping us live a healthy life?
Yeah, definitely. So I want to go back to what you said about like, the carbs and the fats, right? But it's like, as a dietitian, one of my favorite things to do is help people understand that not all carbs are bad and not all fats are bad. It's really just about knowing what types of fats you want to include and what types of carbs, as well as balance. And I can't say this enough. Balance in our meals, balance in our foods, and a lot of our dishes, we do want to have a diverse amount of food, diverse amount of food in our dishes, especially with colors. So like we're thinking like, oh yeah, like por ejemplo, like tortillas, like a lot of my patients are like, oh, like I don't eat tortillas anymore, or I stopped eating tortillas because, I heard that they're bad. But it's like, no, let me show you how we can make a balanced meal, including tortillas, porque tortillas are actually a whole grain. They come from corn, and when we pair them with, like, let's say some protein, some vegetables, and then we add some good fats like aguacates, that's sort of like the enchiladas I talked about. It's like, yeah, like they contain tortillas, they contain a type of fat, but it's a good fat, and they contain a carb, but it's a good carb.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and I'm a busy mom. I'm a mom, I'm a founder, a co-CEO. I mean, like we're very busy. And like I said, I would be just making a food, knowing that I'm adding something as nutritious as a side of aguacate or incorporating aguacates into the meal. For me, it definitely is a food that I always want to have around. So when we're talking, let me go to the, like, I really, enjoy what we're having the conversation right now and the comments that I'm seeing, because knowledge is power.
Yes.
Right. And I'm always here for our community to understand how they can continue living healthy lives. So what is one of your favorite platillos? And we've talked a lot about platillos, and I'm seeing like the guacamole chica, I'm seeing about the avocado toast life. I mean, I did all of this in the comments, but what is one of your favorite platillos, or those antojitos that you remember your loved ones in Mexico making for you, that you still enjoy to this day, and that makes you feel very much like just aligned with your culture?
Yes. Oh my goodness. So I actually There's so many, but right now, what comes to mind with this chillier weather and the days that are getting shorter is picadillo. Have you heard of that before?
Yes, of course. I
So,
know that picadillo in different countries is a little bit different.
So in Mexico, picadillo is usually made with ground beef, but you know, it can always be switched up for like lentils or with you know, vegan ground beef or whatever people really want to make. But the highlight is always all the vegetables in there, and then on top, my mom would always add aguacate y una o dos tortillas and a little bit of salsa or salsa macha, and it's just the comforting, the soup, the broth, the way that the meat mixes in with the vegetables, and then the yummy aguacate on top. It's so creamy and delicious with the tortilla. You can make tacos, you can eat it with a spoon. Like, it is just, oh my gosh, amazing.
Girl, I'm gonna need your recipe.
Definitely. I will share that happily.
So like I mentioned earlier that, you know, as a busy mom, we're always thinking and making sure that we're adding as much as we can to nourish the bodies of our little ones, and at the same time to stay connected to their culture. So are there any other ways that we can do that we can incorporate avocados into those foods?
Yeah, definitely. So I think when it comes to kiddos and our kids, it's always just, it's important to have them pick, have them choose, because you can give them options and they'll feel really empowered by that. So as as a mom, I feel like, you know, something that you can do is like have them pick like, oh, do you want like an aguacate, like in a guacamole style? Or do you want aguacate on your soup, kind of like sliced? And that's something that is so important because aguacate is a nutrient booster, and you know it has good source of vitamins and fiber. So that's something that we do want to incorporate in our little ones diet, especially giving them that empowered feeling of like, oh, you can pick. Do you want it in your quesadilla or do you want it in like your sopa? Like, how can we include that?
So now I've actually shared this before that my daughter's very first food, after she breastfed for a year, her very first food was an aguacate. That was the first thing. Like I literally just cut it out and spooned it out, like mashed it, and gave it to her. So that was her. Maybe that's why she still loves it so much. But that was her very, very first food as I was weaning her. I was out of milk and getting her into her first solids. So I'm glad to know that it sounds
Yes.
like I made a good choice.
Yes. So that's where we want to start them. We want to start them young because you want to set up your kids for success, and their taste buds are developing in the younger years. So if you're offering them good fats like aguacates and you're showing them the ropes, that's such an important thing to help them prevent chronic diseases in the future and really build those healthy habits.
Yeah, it definitely is about those habits and about, honestly, it's like just tener buen gusto.
Mm-hmm.
Because and opening them up to like different flavors. So I think I thought I saw a question. We have a few minutes that we could take. I love that avocados. Love one today commented here validating that avocados are great first foods for babies.
Oh,
Yay!
sopa de tortilla con aguacate. Oh my
Oh,
goodness. It is soup
a
season.
given. It's a given. Anything. A ver qué más. I'd like to see what are the other recommendations here, because all of you are like putting really good recommendations here. We want to know like we're pozole with avocado and all the fixings.
Vanessa said it. My dream is to have a daily delivery of aguacate.
You know what? No, my dream is to have an avocado tree. Like I can just
and then imagine them being the perfect amount of ripeness, ready to just dig in.
Right. To just go out and go like, yay, here's my avocado for the day.
Any dessert?
Okay.
Oh yes. So someone just asked about desserts with aguacate, and it's, oh my gosh, I have so many. I can't even. Oh, perfect. Okay, so I actually combined not too long ago. You can do so many desserts. So by the way, because aguacate is a good source of fat and it's creamy, and if you blend it or if you mix it in, you can actually substitute oil with that. You can use it as just like a creamy base that's going to help with baking. So you can bake with it, you can make desserts with it. I actually made like a chia mousse pudding not too long ago where you blend the chia seeds, you added aguacate as well with a little bit of like agave or maple syrup for some sweetness. And I also want to say that in Brazil, they do eat their aguacates with azúcar. They put sugar on it and they eat it as a dessert.
Ooh, I love that. And Christy, our friend Christy Wilson, who's also a nutritionist, is saying that you can make what you were saying, a mousse with chocolate and avocado. Actually, last week I had a chia pudding with chocolate and avocado mousse, and it was delicious.
Yeah, so it's not just savory. This is great. Thank you for bringing that up, Vanessa. It can be sweet, it can be savory, it can be a snack, it can be a dessert. Like aguacates just fit into so many different parts of our diet. It's incredible.
Seeing like all the hearts for the lights, right? The hearts that come up. I'm like, oh, I would love for those to be little avocados that are coming up. So come on, drop more avocado love in the comments. Just drop those emojis there. We love to see them because we're gonna have to start saying bye-bye. But before we do that, I need to make sure that I let all of you know that our friend Ana Rios has written some incredible blog posts on our website. And can you tell us a little bit about what you wrote?
Yes, I'm so excited. So I wrote 3 different blogs. One of them, they're all about our cultura and how we can lead a balanced and healthy lifestyle, incorporating aguacates and just how to eat more mindful. One of my favorite ones that I wrote that's going to be coming soon. I think it's not posted yet, right?
No, they're all in our story. People can access our stories right now to get the links.
Perfect. So my favorite one is eating mindfully during las fiestas, which talks about mindful eating. And I know a lot of us tend to struggle during the holidays with maybe like eating at fiestas or maybe overeating or maybe struggling with mindful eating. So that has a lot of tips in there on how to eat mindfully during las fiestas, and then just a lot about how to balance your meals, how to really own your culture and know that you can eat healthy with your cultura.
Beautiful. So for all of you, our website is weallgrowlatina.com, but we have made it easy for you. You can go to our stories and you will be able to access the link directly. So it can take you to the blog post that Ana Rios has written, and there's 3 in total. 1 is up right now. And we will also, this is the first of a series of 3 Instagram Lives. The next Instagram Live is on November 15th at 12 p.m. Pacific. And it's going to be hosted by my beautiful partner and co-CEO, Vanessa Santos, whom we now know loves desserts with aguacates. And we'll also be joined by Ana Rios. Yeah. And again, that's November 15th. If you are logged in, if you're receiving our emails, and also you're looking at our Instagram posts, you will be able to set in there a reminder. Somebody's asking, and yes, again, November 15th. And again, thank you all so much for joining us and this afternoon and just really this beautiful aguacate party. We're just gonna make an aguacate party at this time. And thank you so much to our partners.
I was going to say thank you so much for having me on here, and I want to say read those blog posts. They are some of the best blog posts I've ever written because they really touch, somewhere really close to my heart and my culture, and I'm just so honored to be here. And thank you again, Aguacates Love One Today. We all grow. I'm so honored.
Thank you, Ana. Thank you, Avocados Love One Today. We love talking about avocados, so count on us anytime. And thank you all for joining us. This will be recorded and you'll be able to find it on our feed. Hasta luego. Bye.
Adios.